Yo, what's going on, guys? Sekapoko here, bringing you another 7 Innocence Grand Cross video with the news and actually talking about the actual news that's going to be coming out on 6/23 after maintenance, which is going to be tonight after maintenance if you're just watching the video on 6/22, which is Monday. So if you want to watch, if you want to watch the news live, it's going to be either at 6 p.m. Pacific Daily Time or 7 p.m. Pacific Daily Time, depending on when they want to release the news patch notes. So, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alrighty, guys, so let's go over the news and talk about all the fun things that are going to be happening to this week. So, for the week, the first thing we got to know is that, as you can see from the giant emote spam that we have right now, Melascula is coming. If you don't know about Melascula, I'll be going over it in a little bit to talk about her. And I've been wanting this character to come out for a long time. Unfortunately, it came out after the Pierce Meta came out, which is super unfortunate. I really didn't want that to happen. I was hoping she would come out super early and we get her really early on, but unfortunately she came out after the Pierce Meta came out, so not gonna pull. No point. It's gonna be the Elite Demon Melascula of Faith and the Ten Commandments Melascula of Faith. So it looks like there might be red Melascula and blue Melascula. Is that right? I mean, it could be both. If it's red and blue Melascula, that's going to be fire. And that I'm definitely pulling. Because red Melascula, though, is toxic. She is super good. I'm going to have to go Google, I'm going to Google that real quick. The new events, Burning Hatred Pickup Draw event is going to be happening, as well as the Power Up Spin event, as well as global dropping of 4 spin tickets. I'm never going to record this, I swear, dude. It's so annoying. Like, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. It's like, oh my god. I want to record it, but you know. I like how it happened. They're leaving at the second I need to record, right? They're at the second. I like how that's my life right there, right? I want to record, but I can't record because the second I need to record, they're doing shit, and that's going in and out of the house. It's like, bruh! Now there are going to be all difficulties available in the Knighthood boss battle, and there's going to be, of course, the extreme difficulty. If you want to check that out, of course, I did put that out in a previous news video, so if you want to check out my boss fight for that, I already did Einik, so that's good. Einik extreme difficulties will be added. Personal rewards will be up to tier 7 have been added. There are more SR pendants, more SSR pendants, and more anvils.
We're leaving now.
Bye, love you.
Give us like 2 minutes, we'll be back.
Oh my god. Alright, more engravings going to be added. Of course, the new characters that are going to UR gear are going to be Melascula, Griamore, and Alioni. So super interesting that they're bringing in Melascula, Griamore, and Alioni here. I'm not sure why they added these 3 units, but I'm guessing they're adding shitter units. Alioni, if you didn't know, came out with Meliodas. Griamore, I don't remember when he came out, but I'll have to look it up. And Melascula got hers extremely late, too. There was a lot of commandments that got their stuff really late, so I'm really curious about that. If they're adding Melascula to the game and adding red Melascula and blue Melascula, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to have to go look it up. Now, for as we saw in my video last night, if you didn't see it, check it out. Go ahead and check that out. I go over exactly how you can go to visit your friend's tavern, and you can of course shit on your friends for having shit taverns. Just for being extra mean word. My wife is DMing me now just to be extra juicy here. Okay, tap on. Okay, when you want to visit a friend's house, you can eat any dishes they have registered, of course, and you receive the relevant up to 10 times a day. They're also adding draw pool additions. The SSR Fighter Creation Dan is going to be added to the race draw. This is a Part 2 SSR unit, so now the Part 2 SSR units are actually getting much longer, so we may get Part 2 SSR tickets probably around the same time reverse stages come. There's going to be a new title added, Hero of Leonis. I have no idea why. There's going to be new bundles going to be added. Special upgrade bundles 1 and 2 are going to be added. The special upgrade bundles, I'll see if I can find those for you guys on the website here. I'm not sure what these are. I have to look it up. They're ending events. All the events are going to be that we talked about last night are going to be ending. Of course, 100-day celebration, Deanne, bingo, number of tickets, 100-day bingo, Deanne salvage equipment event, hero enhancement, 100-day exchange tickets. All the 100-day events are gone. Just I don't have to keep reading them because I read them last night. But basically, Melascula is getting added. That's the long and short of it. Should be good now. Alrighty, guys, so let's go over Blue Melascula as a unit. Blue Melascula's skill 1 is going to do 220% single target damage against one enemy. The rate 2 of it is going to do 220% as well as do an infect ability against enemies as well, which is going to prevent all healing. Rank 3 of this ability is going to infect an enemy and do 360% attack, but infect them for 2 separate turns. Her second ability is going to be Demon Flash. It's going to do a detonate ability on all enemies, which is going to do increased damage based on the amount of ultimate gauge the enemy has. It gets an additional 20% damage on the Japanese version and probably an additional 15% on the global version, unless they're doing a rework this time around. If with the extra 15% damage, you can do 100%, 150%, as well as 250% damage against all enemies. And you can see it does a significant amount of damage even at level level 60 here with no ultimate gauge does a decent amount of damage because she has good substats. If we go into Melascula's ultimate ability here is going to do 560% damage against one enemy and lifesteal 40% of the damage dealt by Melascula. It's also going to do right by 56% every single ultimate level and get to 840%. Melascula's passive ability is going to increase basic stats of all the heroes by 1% for each ultimate gauge that enemies have. Overall, she's probably one of the best units in the game for substats. She actually has incredibly good substats. You can see here, 60% pierce rate, 10% resistance rate, 0% regeneration, 10% crit chance, which is really bad, 130% crit damage, which is really bad, but she has 20% crit resistance and 80% crit defense. So even if she gets crit, she actually doesn't get hit very hard, but she does get hit really hard against pierce compositions before she has very, very low resistance. She actually has 50% base lifesteal on her kit, which is insanely high, so I don't know why more people don't use her because she lifesteals like a crazy beezy. Cosmetics go, she does get some other cosmetics that come out in the game. This is right here. She has some good cosmetics that actually do provide, decent stats, of course, early on. And this year she has, of course, 2 iterations of Melascula coming out. A lot more stuff. For other cosmetics she does have, this is her SR cosmetic that she does have. This is her other SSR purchasable cosmetic. And finally, her UR cosmetic. And this one is actually, of course, purchasable as well. For weapons, she does get a decent amount of weapons going out. And she does have a lot of event-based cosmetics that do give her some more edge against opponents. You can see she does get a lot of other headpieces that do give her some nice little aesthetics here. I do like the witch hat a lot, and that one's okay. For associations, you're gonna have she's gonna be associated with Galland, and you give him 280% plus 280 attack. But then she's also associated with Elaine as well as Escanor and Galland, and as her personal associations, and she can receive resistance from any one of them. So she actually does get resistance from any type of association. Escanor would probably be one of the best ones to use for it, but why would you use Escanor as association for her? Unless you have 6/6 Escanor, that's gonna be pretty tough to do. But Galland would be another cool character to use. And the last thing about Melascula, she's going to apply 2 Ignite effects for 5 turns on allies and enemies who do not use any skill at the start of the turn. Or sorry, at the end of the turn. The next character on the list is going to be Red Melascula, and Red Melascula is going to inflict Scorch. Scorch is a brand new ability that's going to deal damage, increased damage dealt by 25% per ignite on the target. So the single target ability that she does here has the ability Scorch on top of it, which will actually increase in damage per ignite stack that's on the enemy. And seeing how her commandment actually applies ignite, she's actually doing very, very high damage to targets that do not use abilities. So it goes from 160% all the way up to 240%, and it goes all the way up to 400%. Her second ability is going to be intake 8% of all allies max HP and apply a debuff here, as you can see from the intake. And it's going to intake 12% or 20%, sorry, 12% at rank 2 and 20% at rank 3. Intake, I'm trying to highlight it, decreases the enemy's max HP by a certain amount and recovers this unit's HP by the amount decreased for 1 turn. The intake that she's going to be doing, you can apply it on any enemy in the entire game, and you can see she goes slurp, slurp, slurp. She does have the same exact ultimate as the blue Melascula, and the same exact substats, giving her a nice little edge over opponents. However, the thing that's different about the red Melascula, of course, is her passive, and the red Melascula is when another ally that is not Melascula dies, grants a removable buff that makes the ally stay at 1 HP for 3 turns. This effect is only active once, and the buff will be removed when Melascula dies. So if more than 2 allies die at the same time, the leftmost allies can be revived on the target. So the next question would be asked logically, of course, what is the best gear set for Melascula? And you can either go with an HP defense set or an attack defense set. It really depends on which one you're going to play. The first way you can go for an HP defense set is to exacerbate her passive and make her passive even better. And the second way you go is an attack and defense set, so you can actually use her Scorch ability. Personally, I think an HP defense set would actually be best because it's based on, her second ability is actually based on her max HP, and she has a really large amount of lifesteal regardless. So you actually don't need a lot of other stuff. And having her a little bit tankier would actually make you survive a little bit longer in fights, making it so that your enemy and your friends would actually do a little bit better. The blue Melascula can go either way as well. You can go with an HP defense set or an attack defense set. I would say the blue Melascula does well with both. She does a very, very high amount of damage on her detonate attack. It's very, very similar to the way Milim's ultimate works. If you wanted to go with an HP defense set or an attack defense set here, this would work very, very well with attack defense, doing large amounts of damage. However, an HP defense set would also be viable because, of course, you get large amounts of basic stats from the amount of ultimate gauges that your enemies have, as well as what you have. You get a maximum of 30% ultimate gauge. Maximum of 30% stats from her passive, but that is a significant amount of stats. Most of the time is somewhere saying around somewhere between 10 and 25%. Now, one of the reasons I wanted this character to come out for so long was because of Blue Elizabeth and Hawk, and the reason I wanted this to come out for so long for Blue Elizabeth and Hawk is because this unit has a passive ability that increases allies' HP by 12% for every debuff on the hero, and you can actually give yourself debuffs on your Lizhawk if you would like to boost your overall team's HP, which will give you a large amount of tankiness on your entire team by just using full HP and defense sets on every single character. This can give you a large amount of HP, lots of regeneration, and lots of overall lifesteal damage, etc. This would be a very, very cool strat to use if you want to use blue Melascula to give an ignite over to Lizhawk, or a red Melascula to give ignite over to Lizhawk if you really wanted to, depending on what you wanted to do, and both of which would be viable strategies, and I think that would be a very fun kit to use, especially if you're not using any Lizhawk cards from the start of the fight on. So, Sekapoko, should I pull for the new Melascula character for blue Melascula and red Melascula? Well, on this opinion-based section of the news, my answer is if you're a free-to-play player, this is a definite hard skip for you because there's no way you should be building out a Melascula character that is specifically built for PvP if you already have your PvP team set up. If you are a pay-to-play player, this is not a needed character to have in your kit. It does not break any metas. However, it is a very fun unit. So if you're looking for a new fun unit plus a waifu that you want to build out, that would be a really fun character to build out. Plus, she is getting UR gear on launch, giving you a nice little fun character to play with. I'm not saying she's going to be an amazing character, but I can say you can do some big old memes with her. If you're uber big whaling, should you max her ultimate and everything? Well, I mean, sure. She's cool. Like, I've always wanted to play with this kit, and I've always wanted to try it out, but I'm not saying you should do it, you shouldn't do it. But, you know, if you be quailing, you know what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Alright, guys. Well, my name's Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, of course, like and subscribe, all the fun stuff. Thank you guys for supporting the channel and all the fun things. And, of course, if you want to check out the next video, of course, it'll be back out tomorrow. We'll be doing some fun PvP matches. Check it out. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.